Dove and Woodhull welcome you to this session on advocacy presented by professor and therapist Karla Jackson Brewer.
Now let's take some time to talk about why advocacy is important. How important is it? I'm here to tell you that advocacy is very, very important. As advocates, we get to exercise our authentic voice. We can have an impact in the world, which is not only rewarding for everyone around us, it also makes people feel good. We can become agents of change in our own lives. We also become agents for other people. We have an opportunity as advocates to use our personal power and our privilege to empower others. Advocacy is contagious. As people act, other people see. I can do that too. I can change. I do not have to suffer. I don't have to bear with things. I can make a difference. And in fact, each one of you can make a difference. Being an advocate is not always easy. One gets nervous. Your knees start knocking. Your heart beats faster. There are obstacles that get in the way of our being advocates. Take a moment and think about what kinds of obstacles come up for you when you think about advocating for someone or just taking an action. Yeah.
Fear that if you want to speak up at work that you're going to get fired and you're not going to be able to pay your rent or your mortgage if you say what you believe.
Being afraid of losing something. Another obstacle for someone.
Being afraid of just being wrong, giving the wrong answer, or not being received well.
What gets in the way? Yes.
For some teachers in the school that I work at, they're newer teachers and they don't have tenure. Their job's not all that secure yet. You have to work a certain amount of years. And so when they have an opinion or something they feel really strongly about or want to advocate for, they're very reluctant to say anything to the principal because of that.
It's important for us to feel secure. It's important for us to have a good life. And so one might not push to make a change or take an action because you're afraid, again, of losing. Another hand, I saw someone else.
Kind of like an outside obstacle, like if, say you're advocating for somebody at a hospital and you have to deal with the bureaucracy of a large organization and being afraid of, saying what you need and just hearing no. Like, how do you move past that?
Right. So not taking no for an answer, not being stopped. What you're saying is that there are some skills that are needed, which we'll talk about, being able to keep going when you feel that you can't make a difference, you can't make a move. I do know that for a lot of women, one of the major obstacles that comes up is fear that I won't be liked, that people won't like me. And in fact, when you do the right thing, when you are the advocate, initially there may be some people who don't like you. However, in the long run, people will appreciate you. People will appreciate your action. And you don't know what kind of an example you set for other people. So our obstacles are fear of loss, fear of being embarrassed, fear of loss of security, afraid of the word no, not having the stamina, being disliked. Those are a lot of the things that get in the way. But do we allow that to stop us? Do people just stop at, okay, I'm afraid, can't do it? No. Because you just shared with me earlier how you advocate for yourselves and for others. What are the skills? What are the things that support our being advocates in the world, in our lives, with our friends?
Thinking about the issue you're advocating for as opposed to thinking about how it will reflect on you personally. it's not about me necessarily. It's about the issues and what's important about those things and what I want to get across.
And I imagine that those issues are tied to your values, and then there's an emotion attached to that. And that's what helps fuel your energy. What else? Yes.
When I read something or see something on the news that makes me angry, something about the way the environment is being treated, and I get very upset and I start to write about it, but then I turn it into something that I would submit to a newspaper so I could get my opinions expressed in the world.
Great that you brought up anger, because anger is an emotion that's very scary. Yet you're giving us an opportunity or a way to use our anger positively, to support us to make a change, to choose something else. And that's an excellent use of that emotion. Another?
For me, it's feeling courageous enough to provide an alternate viewpoint. I have this whole, if not me, then who? If I hear an argument going on and my side is not being provided, then I'll jump in.
I like that. If not me, then who? If I stand around waiting for somebody else, well, things may not change until I leave the planet. So that's a good thing for all of us to keep in mind when we need to take an, if not me, then who? So what supports our being advocates in the world?
Patience and determination.
Right. Right, exactly. Because if you're patient, you will hold on for the result. And certainly determination. We cannot give up. We can't give up in our own lives. We can't take no for an answer many times. So we have to stay with it. We have to stick to it. It's important to ask questions, connecting to our truth, speaking that, realizing that somebody's got to do it, taking the risk, having confidence, and really connecting to our sense of self-esteem, which definitely is generated and supported by our authentic voice. At Woodhull, we believe that we use advocacy and authentic voice to help people, to improve our society, and to empower each one of us to take action in our lives every single day to create a better world for all.